Hey guys, let's do a daytime to nighttime or an evening time makeup look. I'm gonna be doing two looks. One is for the daytime and another is for the nighttime. I'm also gonna be showing you guys what makeup products I use and some of my beauty hacks. So if you don't watch the whole video, you're gonna miss out. So the very first thing we're gonna do is take our hair back. We're gonna start off with a skin prep. Use a tissue and make sure you pat dry your face. I'm gonna be using products that are very affordable. For moisturizer, I'm gonna be using this simple moisturizer. It's a hydrating light moisturizer. You have to moisturize your face no matter what. Even if you have very oily face, you have to moisturize your face, or else the products are not gonna sit on your face. They will, but they're not gonna be as good. As we're starting off with a daytime makeup, so we have already applied our moisturizer. We're gonna let that sit for like a couple of seconds, and then we're gonna go ahead with our sunscreen. For sunscreens, I'm using this Skin Cafe SPF 50 sunscreen. You can use whatever sunscreen you have and what is best for your skin. This really works well with mine, so I'm already running out. You can see. Yeah, use a good amount of sunscreen. For the daytime look, I'm using e.l.f. concealer. This is in the shade medium. This is like a two-in-one product. One is like highlighter and one is the concealer. So we want a lighter look for the daytime. And here's a twist. I'm gonna be doing a bold lip for the daytime and a bold eye for the nighttime. We're not gonna be focusing on our eyes that much. We're just gonna use a bit of concealer to hide whatever dark circles or blemishes there is. A bit of this and that here. We're gonna blend this using either a brush or a beauty blender. Today I'll be using a flat brush, but if you do not have a flat brush, use your fingers. They work like magic, trust me. You want to see? Let's do one side with my fingers and one side with the brush. So with clean dry fingers, I'm gonna blend. I usually use these three fingers because these are convenient for me. There is really no trick to this. It's just blending the makeup with your fingers. To be honest, I find this easier than with a brush or a sponge or a beauty blender. I find this easier and quicker, so I do use my fingers to blend my makeup a lot. See, that was quick and it looks flawless. I mean, it does not look like it has any harsh lines or anything. We're just gonna focus under our eyes and like the center of our face. We're not gonna go outside because we don't want the makeup to be too heavy or the base to be too heavy. Now on this side, I'm gonna be using a flat brush. Now for the center of my face, I'm also gonna be using the brush. You'll notice that I do not drag the makeup brush across my face like this. I just stab it along and try to blend it within the center, but I don't go outside. So whatever product that's left here, I'm just going to be blending. Because why we're doing this? Because we want to highlight the center of our face. Same goes with the nose. So people with hyperpigmentation or discoloration on your skin, I would recommend you to color correct before you do this step. I'm not going to be using foundation. I'm just using concealer as my base. Now that our face is blended, we're going to be using a tissue paper to blot. Yes, I'm not going to be using powder first. I'm going to be using a tissue paper to blot the face. When you're doing this step, you'll see a lot of product, well, extra product coming out on your tissue paper. The extra product, this is the extra product. So this extra product is gonna sit on top of your skin. It's gonna go oily and it's not gonna look nice. So before you do your powder, blot it with a tissue paper. After blotting your face with the tissue paper, you're gonna be using a face powder or a loose powder. So I'm using the Wet n Wild one because I need to finish this, guys, because it's been there forever. I've been using this non-stop, but it's just there. A little bit, dab it onto my hand for the extra product to transfer, and then whatever is left, I'm gonna be using it. So I'm gonna use it under my eyes, basically the places where you have applied your concealer. So you can see that the powder is not blended. I did not blend the powder yet. I will let it sit on my face. In the meantime, I'm gonna be doing my eyes. For the eyeshadow, I'm gonna be using this tiny cute eyeshadow palette from ColourPop, and the palette is called Feeling Coconutty. So I'll be using this palette for both my day and night look. Now we're gonna go ahead and use the concealer again for our eyelids. So we're gonna just take a tiny amount like that, and then we're gonna blend it. The reason why I'm using a bit of concealer for my eyelids is because I want the color to stay, or the makeup or eyeshadow pigment to stay, and it will be a bit more visible. We're gonna do a base first. I always do a base first. So for the base, I'm gonna do this shade, which is called Cocoa Wild. It's a light beige or bright color. So we took some and then tap it. Just apply it all over the lid, like so. With the same brush, we're going to be using this shade, this light brownish shade. It's called Nuts for You. It's a very cute sparkly shade. So we're gonna use it on our lid. We're not gonna use it all over our lid. Can you guys see the difference? I wish I had more lighting and stuff, but this is all I got. That is it. That's it. Lastly, for the eyes, for the eyeshadow part, I'm gonna be using this white shimmery shade. It's called Vacay or Vacay. So with my finger, I'm just gonna use a tiny amount. This is optional, so if you guys like it, you can. I'm gonna apply it on the inner eye, or the inner corner of my eyes, onto our lashes. But before we go to our lashes, remember we had powder on our face? Yes, so we're gonna remove the powder from our face, just with a fluffy brush. Mind you, I have not applied any products on the outsides of my face, but it looks blended, right? Trick. This is one of the tricks. Before I do my eyelashes, I'm gonna be using the eyelash curler. Lashes curled. And now for mascara, I'm gonna be using my favorite, the Essence I Love Extreme Mascara. I have very tiny lashes, if you guys can see. Man, I don't know. I have South Asian genes. I have East Asian genes. These genes are supposed to help me with good lashes, supposed to help me grow very nice thick lashes. But no. Instead, there's hair all over my hands and my legs. Not my lashes though. Sad. Anyways, we're gonna do mascara. For the eyebrows, I'm gonna do this. Yes, this is also the same mascara from Essence, but this is an older mascara. So I'll be using this a bit dried down mascara or an older mascara on my eyebrows. So people who have a bit fuller or thicker eyebrows or just don't need to draw eyebrows, they can use this trick. But if you have lighter eyebrows, it's better to do some eyebrow shading or use a bit of eyeshadow if you don't have eyebrow powder. And I would recommend you to stay away from the eyebrow gel. But if you have none, use those eyebrow pencils. Just use those pencils and fill up your brows. If you do not like pigmentation on your eyebrows, you can just use the gel one. Now we're gonna go to our cheeks. So for the cheeks, I'm using a lighter colored blush, which is from She Glam, and the shade is Love Cake. The thing about colors and blushes and lipsticks is it will look different on everybody's skin. So it might look a bit darker or it might look a bit lighter depending on your skin tone and your undertones. I'm gonna dab a little bit, and I'm gonna do it at the center of my face. I'm not gonna go outside. So I'm doing like 2 dabs or lines and a bit on my nose. So this is what it looks like on my face. It's a very light pinkish shade, and with my fingers again, I'm gonna be dabbing and blending. So we're not just gonna dab it here like we did with our concealer under our eyes. We're gonna move it across our cheeks here like this so that it looks blended. Now that we're done with our cheeks, we're finally gonna go to our lips. I don't know about you guys, but there's this product. I really like this product, even though it's not like, it's very inexpensive, and I'm actually not sure what's inside this product, but I really love the pigmentation, the colors, and how long it stays. It's this thing. It's called this brand is called Beauty Glazed, and their lip liner is really nice. I mean, I have a few of them already. I think there's more. So yeah, I really like their product. I'm using the shade Chocolate on my lips. So I said that we're gonna do a bold lip, right? So this is a brownish shade. Try not to overline. Whatever lip shape you have, it's nice, it's perfect. You don't have to overline. For lipstick, I'm gonna be using this ColourPop Infinite Best lipstick lippy. So this has been my staple. This has been my favorite for a very long time, and I'm obviously running out of it. So I'll be using a lipstick brush to scrape it. Oh my god, look at the color. I love it. It's one of my favorite ever. It does look very deep, right? Because it is. But this is not done. We're not done. I said we're gonna do a bold lip. We're gonna use another product on our lips, which is this one. It's a cute blush plus lipstick. You can use it on your cheeks, you can use it on your lips, on your eyes. It's like a multi-use product. It's a cream based product. So I'm gonna be using this shade. Can you see the first one? It's a very light, cute pink shade, and I don't really know what it's called. So with the brush, take a good amount of product and apply on the center of your lips. So guys, this is the final look for the daytime look. As I said, that I'm gonna be doing a very light eye and a bold lip, and the base is not heavy as well, so it's a very daytime friendly look, as well as, you know, nighttime if you wish. So yeah, the products I used are very inexpensive. Do comment down how this look is, and if you guys have tried it, please, I want to see pictures. Now for the nighttime or evening makeup look, I have already removed my lipstick, but I have my eye makeup and the base still the same. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the makeup over this base and the eyeshadow. Now since we already have our base done, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use powder. Yes, we're gonna use the powder again, but this time we're going to use it heavy-handedly. What we want to do is we want to apply a bit more powder under our eyes, like so, and just how we did it previously, we're gonna let it sit and, well, bake it for quite some time, like that. We're also gonna apply a bit of powder on our forehead, well, at the center, and we'll bring it down to our nose, and then a bit to our cheeks and here. That's it. Now for our eyes, we are gonna use the same eyeshadow palette, but we're gonna use this shade again, which is Nuts For You from this ColourPop palette. So we're gonna use this brownish glittery shade and apply it with a thicker brush. The brush here is important. Remember how we used a fluffier brush, and it's more like it's more fluffy and light, but this one is thicker and dense. So yes, this time you need a thicker brush. If you do not have a thicker brush, you can however use your fingers. So with the brush, just apply it all over your lid. So this is how it looked like for the daytime, and now I'm gonna go for the nighttime look. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the darkest shade of brown here, and this is the shade called Palm Tree. Yeah, this is the shade called Palm Tree, and we're gonna take this darkest shade and be using the same brush, and starting off with the outer corner, we're gonna drag it here. So we're not gonna go on the lid directly, but it's like under the brow bone. Now we're gonna do the same thing with the other eye. This is what our eyes look like currently. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this lightest shade we used earlier to do our inner eye, the inner corner of our eye. It's called Vacay. So we're gonna use the shade Vacay, the golden shimmery shade. So we're gonna just use our fingers and put it on our lid. We're going to start with the center first and then blend it. And then there's more product on your finger, by the way, so use a bit more here on the inner corner of your eyes. See, that's so easy. And then with the rest of the product, I'm gonna do it, put it under my brows, so exactly here. Done. But we do still need to have to do a bit more things. Now we're gonna do is remove the powder we have applied under our eyes, again with a fluffier brush, just gently. Now we're gonna use a bit of eyeliner. This is a pretty good product. I don't know about you guys, but I've been using this eyeliner for a long time and it's really good. It is, however, not waterproof. I would recommend a waterproof eyeliner, but this is what I have currently and I really like this product. Not gonna do it all over our eyes, just on the outside, or like this part of our eyes, and drag it across the middle. So what I do is I actually like to start it from the middle and not the end of my eyes. This is how I do it. So I just started from, like, not completely at the middle, but just like this part of my eyes to the end. So this is what the eyeliner situation looks like. It's not something dramatic, but it's just a tiny amount so that your eyes don't look too bare. Now we're gonna use mascara again, but we're gonna use it on our lower lash. So for the daytime look, we did not apply mascara on our lower lashes, but for the nighttime, we're also obviously gonna use the same Essence mascara for our lower lashes. So just take a bit of your mascara and apply it to your lower lashes. Guys, can you spot the difference? So this is with the lower lashes and this is without. Now we're gonna also apply it on our top lashes as well. So we're gonna do both lower lash and top lash. Like, we're gonna reapply on our top lash. So this is what my lashes look like. So the tiniest amount of change can change your whole look. So a bit of mascara under my eyes did bring out a smokier or darker or bolder eye look. Now we're gonna go back to doing our blush. Remember, we already had blush here, but we're gonna do a darker blush now, which is, we're gonna use this palette. Remember, we used this for our lips, but now we're gonna do the darkest shade. So with our fingers again, we're gonna take some of this cream blush and we're gonna apply it here. So during the daytime look, we applied at the center of our face, but now we're gonna do it on the outer cheeks. So we're gonna bring it a bit higher and on the outer side. So just like before, just dab and blend. We're not gonna drag it. Remember how we dragged our makeup or the blush outside? We're not gonna drag it now. We're just going to dab and blend here. For our lips, we're gonna use the same brand of lip liner, which is Beauty Glazed, but the shade is different. The shade I'm gonna use for the nighttime is called Cinnamon. This is also a brown lip liner, but this is a bit more lighter than the one that we used for the daytime. Can you see it? This one's pretty similar to my lip color or lip tone. We're going in for a bit more nude shade. Our lip liner is done, but for the lipstick we're gonna be using this one again. We're gonna use the lightest shade again. We're gonna take this shade and also with our finger just apply. Now since it's a nighttime look, we want to look a bit fancier, so we're gonna go with a gloss. This is the Rhode lip gloss in the shade Vanilla. It's a clear gloss. This is the final makeup look for the evening or nighttime. And yeah, we did a bolder eye with a lighter lip, and we wanted to focus more on our eyes. I tried my best to do a affordable and easy way to do a daytime to nighttime makeup look using the same makeup products. I hope you guys enjoyed and liked this video, and if you do like it, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe, and do share it with your friends and family. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.